So today's lesson is going to be a continuation of self-sabotage. So I brought the topic up when I was talking about Pooh Shiesty and the Gucci Mane situation. And, it dawned on me that that might be a foreign topic to some of my audience. So I want to do a little research and share what I found on the topic to help keep me on topic. So I got my notes with me, of course, again. So definition, self-sabotage. Behaviors or thought patterns, often unconscious, that create obstacles to personal goals and undermine success, frequently rooted in fear, insecurity, or desire for control. Now, I know self-sabotage sounds a bit self-explanatory, but I wanted to break it down and make it plain for the people that may not have heard the term before, and that also probably are doing it, not even probably, most likely are doing it unconsciously. So let's talk about the types of self-sabotage. You have, and I see myself in all of these at one point in my life or another. Procrastination was one of them. I'm still a master at procrastinating, even though I know better, right? So perfectionism, something else I majored in a long time. I hate to blame the Virgo trait, but it could be a Virgo thing. I got to look into that. So you got procrastination, perfectionism, self-medication. Had problems with that in the past. Had to go to get some treatment, 28 days against my will. I went kicking and screaming and caught a charge, assault on the police officer in the process. Yeah, tell y'all, I had a rough, long life. I ain't gonna say a rough life, because I know some people had it a lot worse than me. But yeah, I've been through a lot, took myself through a lot. Oh yeah, relationship conflict and negative self-talk. Again, I've done probably all of those. Definitely the negative self-talk, self-doubt. That was something I had to get over. What else? Yeah, the relationship. Sometimes you push your people away subconsciously, not realizing why. And that's one of the types of relationship. One of the types of self-sabotage, I mean. So yeah. Overcoming these can be done. This channel is all about overcoming, which is why I wanted to speak on this in depth. So in order to overcome it, first you have to identify your triggers. That's something I learned in that place, that rehab. That's one of the first things that taught us about triggers. So you want to identify your triggers, build self-awareness, develop healthy coping mechanisms, practice mindfulness, identify underlying fears, set small goals, practice self-compassion, and if none of that works, you definitely need to seek therapy. So some of the reasons why people like myself, and maybe you, have succumbed to negative, to self-sabotage. So one of the reasons, the main reason, is fear. They say there's only two emotions, love and fear. We'll talk about that on another one. But fear of failure is one that we all hear about, but you never or you rarely hear about the fear of success. Ooh, I'm gonna say that again. Fear of success. Yes, some people are scared to succeed. And the reason is because they feel like if they become what they really set out to be in life, that it'll be too much pressure to keep up and they'll eventually fail in the end, so they don't even try. So yeah, that's fear of failure, fear of success, need for control. What's up, bro? Unresolved past experiences, limiting beliefs, and about the need for control. So the need for control, it was broken down like this. It says, creating a known, quote unquote, known bad outcome feels safer than the uncertainty of success. Woo! That one's heavy, ain't it? So yeah, that was a mind-blowing, mind-opener for me. Creating a known bad outcome is safer than the uncertainty of success. That just goes to show you the brain runs on a program. You think you're thinking, but you're actually just having the same thoughts over and over and over again. And the next thing you know, you live the same year, 40, 50, 60 years, and you call it a life. And you don't know what happened. So, limiting beliefs. You know, I am enough. It's one of my favorite affirmations. And it was something I had to tell myself at different points in my life when I was feeling low. So, being self-aware of that is what helped me overcome that. So the false sense of familiarity or control, I believe that one's the unresolved past experiences. Yeah, so if you got mommy issues, daddy issues, you go on to commit the same sins mommy or daddy committed against you towards other people because it gives you a false sense of familiarity or control. That shit's heavy, y'all. I know that probably blew at least one of y'all's mind. If so, let me know in the comments what y'all think. And let me know if you like this type of content, because I'm still trying to figure it out. But I got to get a lot of this stuff off my chest. And, you know, I'm going to try my best to stay on topic and stay on brand, because it's all about overcoming. You know, this channel right here is not about being falsely arrested. It's about what you do after. It's not about being an ex-convict. It's about what you do to become a successful person after prison. You know, so if you're into that type of stuff, that's what we're gonna be talking about. If not, this might not be the channel for you. I think that's pretty much what I wanted to get off my chest for right now. But I always gotta leave y'all with this gem. And I kind of stole it from one of my mentors, but I put my own twist on it. Shout out to Haziq Ali. Shout out to the whole Millionaire Minded family, Novate family. So with that said, either your mind will expand to match your money, or your money will just shrink to match your mind. Let's grow, y'all.